Now, second languages have been quite topical of late at universities in particular. Would you consider Afrikaans an endangered language?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If you look at the national census data, you'll see that Afrikaans is one of the fastest growing languages in South Africa. It's one of our youngest. It's around 300 odd years old, but it is one of the fastest growing languages, not only as a mother tongue, but as an additional language. So people are speaking Afrikaans as a lingua franca. So this is used as a second, third, or fourth language. It's a language of employment. It's a language of education. It's also a language of media and literacy. So it's by no stretch of the imagination disappearing. And it spreads well beyond our borders. There are even large Afrikaans-speaking communities in Argentina and New Zealand. So it's definitely not only a South African flavour.
Okay, now you're busy studying for your doctorate. Tell us a bit more about that and your consultancy African tongue.
Yeah. My thesis revolves around intergenerational language transfer. So what I'm trying to provide is a needs analysis for two particular San languages, as I mentioned before, Kung and also Kwedam. So I'm looking at those two languages and across 5 generations, how those languages are used in which domains. So we need to have a look, for example, in the home, in the school, in a religious context and so on. So and how much is the mother tongue still used, or was it being replaced by other languages, and in what way and why, and what the value system is associated behind those. And with that needs analysis, then we can make informed recommendations for how to document and preserve these languages and assist them to be used for longer than what we currently foresee. So it's a needs analysis really to help us document, and not only document, but preserve them for longer than what we currently foresee. And then my consultancy, African Tongue, is something that I have been working on since 2009. I offer various services, but it's mostly to bridge the gap between those that are interested parties about Khoi and San, whether it's language or culture or meeting the people as well. They're very, very keen to have new visitors. So I've helped bridge that gap, and language is a very important part of that. So I've worked with people like Doctors Without Borders who would like to come and offer their services, and so I'll help translate for the patients, or help to employ further translators if we're going on a larger trip. I help with subtitles for films and documentaries, and obviously I help with creation of mother tongue educational and literacy materials.
Okay, so final question in terms of preserving these languages, do you think that you are winning? Tell us some of your sort of success stories thus far.
I think realistically one can't save a language, we can just prolong the use thereof. I think with the language Nu, for example, we've only got 5 speakers left. There is at the moment a very small school called Star na die Sterre, or Gazing at the Stars, which is in Upperton area. And there, it's a very small mother tongue school where we've got 30 to 40 children attending. And there we're trying to develop educational materials because it's our most endangered San language. But I think with the other San languages where we've got rather thousands of speakers left rather than just a small pocket, there we really have an opportunity to make a difference and to prolong the use of those languages. So I've also worked over the last 3 years at a very large festival in the desert called the Kalahari Desert Festival. And there I run what's called a language tent, and we do language awareness and lessons and activities. And there this year we serviced over 500 children who came and learned how to write their name, their traditional name, not their Afrikaans or English name, and also to say my name is and I come from, in whichever San language is of their ancestors. So this was for the first time ever that we had such a large number of children learning to read and write in their ancestors' tongue, which was a very exciting time.